Hi, traveling the coach's basketball road with you. I'm Coach Burrows. In July 1947, the Basketball Association of America, the BAA, had completed its first season. And it wasn't a disaster, but there were red flags. Only 2 of the 11 teams managed better than $100,000 in paid admissions. And those were major markets of Philadelphia, where the Warriors played in the Philadelphia Arena, and in New York, where the Knicks' home is Madison Square Garden, maybe the most famed arena in America history. But these 4 teams fold at season's end. So as the owners gathered for their Board of Governors meeting July 24th, 1947, the BAA is facing a second season with just 7 teams, while their bitter rival, the National Basketball League, has 12. Yet, amid this chaos to acquire new teams, the priority motion, according to the transcript, the minutes of the meeting, is no NBL team be allowed to play in any BAA building during the scheduled 60-game season or playoffs. It's unanimously carried, and owners, they never agree on anything, but this one is not only unanimous, it's done quickly. The question is, why? 5 key Arena Managers Association members were at that meeting, plus Maurice Podoloff, the president of the BAA. That's basically the entire room. In passing this seemingly small motion to prohibit the NBL, that's the National Basketball League, their rival, in their arenas, the BAA Arena Managers see this as their time to go all in, to seize professional league power. Many pro leagues had tried since the game had accelerated into society in the 19th century, but none had lasted to become the dominant league. Their goal? To emerge as sole ruler of professional basketball. Professional leagues are formed as early as 1898. I trace 12 to 17 different professional leagues in the early to mid 20th century. All are in the East, but none of the pro teams takes off nationally. 1937, the National Basketball League emerges. The NBL had company teams in smaller markets like the Akron Firestone in Ohio, Fort Wayne General Electric in Indiana, the Youngstown Bears, who had signed a guard named Press Maravich, the father of Pete. These teams are owned by basketball men like the Warren Penns of Pennsylvania. Jerry Archibald is the player, owner, general manager. Archibald, to me, is a basketball blue blood. His father, Lyman Archibald, was one of the original 18 incorrigibles. But the NBL has drawbacks of the smaller markets. Each franchise is its own front office, which is scant. It usually consists of a player-coach or a player-coach-owner. Each team makes their own schedules. There's not a league office. Some play 19 league games, others just 9. And with this casual schedule approach, it was difficult to name the NBL champion or gain a fan fervor, a loyal fan following. They're playing in ballrooms, on slick floors, with temporary rims that are removed so that dancing ensues after the game. In the NBL, a doubleheader is basketball followed by dancing. The NBL also plays in cramped high school gyms. So in 1946, the arena owners, the new BAA, they see the weaknesses as an opportunity to take on the established NBL. The fledgling league has owners in the biggest markets in America. Here's the original 11. Even in year 2 with 4 folding, they added a major market of Baltimore. These are markets that can create a profitable gate if organized properly, and they feature the game in first-class venues. The goal is Takeover Pro Basketball, not because they love the sport, but because their arenas sit empty for long portions of the winter, and basketball is the perfect product to fill their product, the arena, which loses money any day or night. The seats are empty. The NBL, that's a league in it with men who know and love the game. The BAA, they like the game. They enjoy it just fine. But it's a league in it for the business of butts in the seats. The arena owners hire Maurice Podoloff to run the show. He's also president of the American Hockey League at the time, so he's running both in-season sports at the same time from the same desk. And the Arena Association BAA owners, they like this because they have seen him in their venues already successfully running hockey. They don't need some X&O basketball guru. They want a skilled administrator who looks after their venture capital, an experienced numbers man to organize. Podolov's organization performs with algorithm-type precision, producing a 60-game schedule, after which 6 of the 11 teams make the playoffs to determine the champion. The NBL has been grinding it out a decade longer than the BAA. In 1948, they still have a powerful card to play with George Mikan. 6 foot 10 inches in the 1940s was as extraordinary as 7 foot 5 inches today. Fans saw Mikan as mammoth, yet he moved with dexterity, grace, and power. He's number 99 making hook shots. And he's the ultimate on-court draw in the 1940s. But the BAA has the arenas and is meticulously organized. The stalemate is broken after the 1948 season. In a stunning move, the Minneapolis Lakers abandoned the NBL to join the arena manager's BAA. When that happens, it's the collapse of the NBL. They've lost its Wilt or Russell or Oscar, its Magic or Bird, Jordan, LeBron, Curry, Durant. Whoever your favorite player is, Mikan is that man of his era. He leads the BAA in scoring in 1949 and leads the Lakers to the BAA title. After which, this headline from the Minneapolis Star reports the birth of the NBA in August 1949. Headline, Cage Peace, form 18-team league. The lead paragraph is, the BAA and the NBL merged into an 18-team league to be known as the National Basketball Association. But the BAA, now the NBA, does not like that lead paragraph, emphatically declaring that it's not a merger as commonly perceived in sports circles, which is 2 equal leagues need each other to work together, or both will pull from the other, put each other out of business, no league left standing. The BAA NBA says, we are the stronger league, way above that other pro league. We are absorbing several pro NBL franchises, just as we absorbed the Lakers a year earlier. The exact phrasing is in the NBA's own history, NBA.com. The summer of 1949 solidified the professional basketball picture, with 6 surviving NBL teams being absorbed into the BAA and the league being renamed the National Basketball Association. Today, the NBA recognizes its birth date as 1946. The inaugural game of the BAA, the Knicks at Toronto, 7,000 fans in Maple Leaf Gardens and Arena. The 3 BAA champions from 1947, 48, and 1949 are recognized in the NBA record books as league world champions. But nothing about the older league, those NBL champions, are not in the NBA record books. Far from the spirit of peace proclaimed in the headline, the unity displayed in this August 3rd picture taken by the AP in 1949 is a photo op. Ike Duffy, NBL president. A month before this picture is taken, merger talks collapsed, the BAA resisting the word merge. Duffy, fuming, fired back hard, telling NBL team owners they were free to raid BAA rosters, even players under contract. That did not make the BAA happy. Leo Ferris, an NBL lifer, mostly with the Syracuse Nationals. He spent years feuding with the BAA, in particular Red Auerbach, see episode 8 that we did. Ferris was proud of his own talent evaluation. He opposed collaboration on the draft, which was driving prices up, thus infuriating the BAA. Ned Irish, founder of the New York Knicks, Irish was a key member of the Arena Managers Association. He developed the college doubleheaders and used his immense influence with Madison Square Garden to be sure the Knicks had a great home. Walter Brown owns the Celtics and is managing director of the Boston Garden. Those dual roles, he's an owner and a national arena manager executive, it made him one of the most influential behind-the-scenes power brokers in early pro basketball. Brown and Irish handpicked their man in the middle there, Maurice Podoloff, to be the president, which meant the smiles of Irish and Brown in this picture were real because it strips Duffy and Ferris of any power. With their president in place, decisions, directions, the narrative would be controlled by the BAA, now NBA. For instance, a day after that photo op came the piece headline in the Minneapolis Star newspaper, and that lead paragraph was swiftly revised to the public to align with BAA NBA messaging. This was ruthless, hardball business, not just about winning. It seems driven by personal vendettas, deep resentment, with the goal not peace, rather erasing the competition, the NBL, as if it had never existed. So now you know why the motion, no NBL allowed in our shiny palace arenas, was the most urgent topic in July 1947. That was the big BAA advantage, and it pays off by 1949. A classy, elegant place to play where people are comfortable. Maybe they love the game, maybe they just like it, but they will pay to watch and probably become a fan base. There's more on the bad blood between the BAA and the NBL in episode number 8. Rule number 7, the birth of the 24-second shot clock, and the clash between two outsized personalities, some might call it egos, one on the BAA side, one on the NBL side, ignited a feud that deepened the divide between the two leagues. I pinned a link in comments, then I posted the link to episode 8 in the description of this installment. And you're traveling the coach's road where basketball coaches travel, along with passionate hoop enthusiasts. This is Coach Burrows. Over and out.